science can be practiced, science can be taught, science can be learned, and where our teachers and our learners can effectively utilize the space that we have here. So I'm hoping that the three teachers now you say I'm hoping that the teachers that were on the training program, that had gone through the training program, and I'm sure you guys, from what I saw, when you guys came out of the training, you enjoyed what you were doing. It's invigorating teachers to teach science, to love the science, to have the pride of a science teacher again. And you can live that pride out in the space that you have here. So you need to share the space that we have here. And I wish you all the best. The training is ongoing. Support, working with the learners is ongoing. And you have the space to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to call on Mrs. Myrtle February from Garden City's Artsway Foundation. I know this school is very close to her heart, and it's just another way of investing in our learners.
Thank you, Mr. Kruneberg, and good morning, everyone. Good morning, afternoon, morning. I always say I don't do protocol because I never get it right. So just good morning, everyone. I just want to say thank you to the UWC Science Department and the Rector for always being so passionate about our schools. I know that they are passionate because they want our schools to translate into the success of UWC. But it's okay, it's a reciprocal relationship between us and UWC. Now, when I worked at these schools in this area, and I'm happy to see Mr. Kleinfley and Mr. Malibu all here today. And so I feel as if I've come home. And they would know that with Dr. Muawiyah Khali, we spoke about every child being created to be successful. You remember that. And we spoke about social circumstances not being allowed to impact on our children and on their achievements. And we also spoke about intellectual capacity not being the sole preserve of a certain sector of the community. And so our children can become whatever they want to become, because now they have this facility, they have excellent teachers, they have committed teachers. I mean, they are so committed that they hassle me at 11 o'clock at night, and that is Mr. Phyllis nagging me. You said we are going to get the science lab. 11 o'clock at night, Mr. Phyllis realizes that somebody promised him a science lab, and when is it coming? And he kept on hassling me about this science lab. So I need to say thank you to Mr. Phyllis, because then I had to hassle someone else again to ask, when is it coming?
Thank you, Mr.
But now it is here, and we are going to make the full use of this facility. We don't have any excuses. We cannot say anymore, we are not producing scientists because we don't have the facilities. We have it, we have the training, we have the invitation to say that training is ongoing, so we have no excuses. And we want more and more of our children to do physics as a subject at our schools. Because we are actually lagging behind the schools in the black townships. Because there you find 60, 70, 80 children doing maths and physics. And when we come to our other communities, we find under 20 children in matric. At most of the schools, we find no children doing maths and science. And we want that situation to change. And that is why, like we were saying, we are going to eat the elephant one bite at a time. We are starting small numbers, we are increasing our numbers, and every year we want to produce more children doing maths and science in our schools. I also spoke this morning about fate and choice. And we are saying no longer are we going to concentrate on the fate. You know, children born in certain areas, so they don't have choices anymore. They do have choices now. They have choices because they can choose what they want to become. You know, South Africa is a country of opportunities. Imagine how boring it would be to be born in a country like Sweden, where they have no problems. It's so boring. In South Africa, we have all these problems, and unfortunately, the problems come from our government and our politicians. But you know what? Because we have problems, we have created a type of resilience. We are people who are not hampered by fate and by being born in certain areas, and we are not hampered by anything. So we at our schools, we say to our children, you reach for the stars because the stars are within your reach. And so I want to say to Forest Heights, and I've worked closely with them, and I know who they are and what they are. I know Mrs. Dreyer well, I know Mr. Phillies, I know Mr. Kruneberg, and I know that they are committed to changing this area. And I know Malibu, and I know Kleinvlei, and I spoke about them to our CEO, Mr. Matthews, this morning. And I was saying, these are schools that you can pick up and you can put them in Rondebosch and they won't feel out of place because they have the capacity, they have the passion, and they have the commitment to move our children forward. So I want to keep on talking to you and encouraging you, and to take our children forward into the new South Africa. But we're not so new anymore, so we should actually discard that mantle and say it is a free South Africa where every child has been created to be successful. It can be done, it will be done, and the ball is in your court. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. February. I will now call on Professor Tyron Pretorius. The only time I see this man is when he's on the stage doing the graduation of our students. So it's a privilege to have him here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you. I will not do protocol observed because I was in KwaZulu-Natal recently, and I don't know whether it's accidental or on purpose, but given the conditions of their roads, their speakers say all potholes observed. So let me formally acknowledge MEC, always good to see you at all of these events. I don't know whether you may be looking for my vote for tomorrow. Principal and colleagues from Forest Heights, the chairperson of the Garden Cities Archway Foundation, Ms. February, the CEO, Mr. Matthews, and his partner, Dr. Matthews. I don't know why partner is becoming the in thing, it's wife. And then the staff of the UWC Science Learning Center for Africa under the leadership of Prof. Hartley. You call them learners these days, the learners. Thank you very much for having me this morning. It's always a joyous occasion being at schools, having the opportunity to visit schools. And not only because it's the only time that they let me out of my prison, which is the 4th floor of the administration building, but it is occasions like these that we celebrate. And today we celebrate a number of things. First of all, we celebrate the value of partnerships. There are many things wrong in our society. most significant part of that is education. But we cannot fix all of these issues in our societies working alone in our small corners of the world. We are going to tackle the problems of our time through partnership. And today I want to say thank you to, first of all, the Garden City Archway Foundation. I want to say thank you to the Western Cape Education Department and to all of our other partners for helping and this dream become a reality. Since 2011, UWC have been engaged in opening science learning centers like this in the Western Cape, the Eastern Cape and the Northern Cape. To date, we have opened 36, is it 36, Prof. Hartley? We've opened 36 since 2011. I've been involved personally since 2014, and in that short space of time, not 2014, 2015, 2016, I'm now on number 11, and this afternoon we will be doing number 12. So I was fortunate in being part of the opening of 12 of the 36 laboratories. I think the importance of partnerships in making these things come through is significant. I don't want to quote from the politicians, but it is true. Working together, we can make a difference. I want to. The second thing that we need to celebrate today is to celebrate the potential of our learners, our future leaders. There's 3 representatives here today, and I hope you will convey my message to the rest of your classmates and your schoolmates. Our learners are the leaders of tomorrow. In them, they carry the potential of what this country and this world can become. We are faced with huge challenges that I call grand challenges of our time. And you've seen the slides showing in particular the challenges confronting Africa. Tuberculosis, malaria, add to that poverty, add to that famine. The challenges seem daunting, and it seems like we are powerless to deal with these challenges. The hope for us lies in science and technology. Research has demonstrated that those countries in the world where science and technology is optimally developed and optimally utilized, that those countries by far are better equipped to deal with the challenges of their time. We need you, our learners, to be the innovators, to be the problem solvers, to be the solution generators for the coming millennium and the coming century. I can only hope that you are up to the task, and science learning centers like these empowers you. It gives you the opportunity to fulfill the promise that you hold. Thirdly, we celebrate Forest Heights, and many, many schools like Forest Heights. We celebrate the teachers, the administrators, the principals from schools like these. It is your commitment and your dedication that will see these learners rise up to deal with the challenges of your time. I salute you as my colleagues, and I hope together we will make our dreams of the future come true. And then finally, we celebrate UWC. We must celebrate UWs. Principal, when we started this, just as a kind of a ad hoc survey, we started looking at the number of principals that actually come from UWC. Now, I said I've been involved since 2014, and this is the 11th school that I've been involved in. And I can tell you today that 11 out of 11 principals come from UWC. UWC matters. UWC is not on the sideline. All universities tertiary education, the public, everyone complains about the poor quality of education at primary and secondary level. UWC choose not only to complain, but actually to get involved in changing that situation. We want to be part of the solution and not sit on the sidelines and complain about how bad our schooling is. Because we believe that no university can be a first-class institution if the schools that feed into that university are mediocre. And so we make it our mission and our duty and our responsibility to get involved in schools and to get involved in communities. Those of you that are proudly UWs would know that University of the Western Cape prides itself on being an engaged university, a university with both local and international relevance. And science learning centers like these is a testament to that engagement with the community. I'd also like to thank our UWC Science Learning Center for Africa under the leadership of Prof. Hartley. They are very, very inspirational to me. I'm truly blessed to be at UWC, but often when I speak about the accomplishments of UWC, especially the accomplishment in being engaged in the community, I'm not talking about my own work, I'm talking about the work of people like Prof. Hartley and his team. And they are an inspiration to UWC. They give meaning to our motto of being an engaged university. They remain, as Prof. Hartley has always also said, they remain available to Forest Heights. They remain available to your teachers to help you when you encounter problems with your curriculum and challenges with the implementation of the science labs. So thank you very much for allowing UWC to be your partner in creating a better life for all of us, but especially for our learners. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. I can tell you, and you will meet some more bushes down here after this, because some of the educators are eager to just maybe speak to you. It's now the official opening. So myself, Professor Pretorius, Mrs. February, Mr. Matthews, and Professor Hartley. I think we need to go to the back. Only person from the education department, if you can join us, please. It's my circuit manager.
You can be on the side, then it's balanced.
So we declare this Science Learning Center open.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's emotional when you find out that you've been given this lab, and now we need to prove ourselves. Once again, thank you, but I would like to call on Milena, our head girl, so that she can do the thanks on my behalf. To be a scientist. Yeah.
A cure for malaria or whatever. You heard today we're looking for that.
Yes, ma'am, I heard. Firstly, good morning, all. I would like to start out by saying that a simple thank you is one of the most effortless and priceless things one can do for someone. However, for some reason, it holds the most power. So, with having said that, I would like to thank the University of the Western Cape, as well as the Department of Education for the Western Cape, but more specifically Professor Hartley and Professor Pretorius. In addition, I'd like to thank the Garden City Archway Foundation And a special thank you to Mrs. Myrtle February. Thank you, ma'am, for your determination and your faith in our school. Thank you for not only investing in the school, but also the future of many young scientists. Because the love of science is cultivated in school. And by having the state-of-the-art lab, to experience the wonders of science, it will indeed be a memorable opportunity for young and upcoming scientists such as myself. Once again, thank you very much.
So I think that concludes the procession here. We would like to invite each and every one to come down to our staff room just for a nibble. And then I think the group have to leave for another school. But thank you very, very, very much. Thank you, Madam Official. We take official photos.
Well, you want to come in,
Okay, you can open it.
Good day, my name is Lachey. I am grade 10A at Forest Heights High School. What this lab means to us is more than anything in the world because we can use it to build a better future for ourselves and for the next generation. We are proud and we appreciate that all the people that sponsored us the lab. It was a heartfelt gift and we would never forget it. And we will use this lab to build a great future and we will look after it and make sure that it is in its good position that it is.
what does science do in the lab?
UWC. Okay. What must I say?
The last one, I will use the lab.
Okay. Yes. We're going to use the lab to ensure that we build better futures and that we use it properly to our education. We're going to make UWC proud.
Okay. Should I talk Afrikaans?
Doesn't need to be Mrs. Word.
Is it? Okay. Okay. Why do you call science lab in Afrikaans? Why do you call the science lab in Afrikaans? Ja. Ons at Forest Heights High is baie opgewonde oor hierdie wetenskappe-laboratorium en ons wil baie dankie sê aan al die borgte. Dit beteken baie aan ons en ons sal dit waardeer. Ons sal dit gebruik vir ons werk, ons skoolwerk en alles. Dit word baie waardeer. Ons wil dankie sê.
Okay, igama lami Ndunglazola nikwa grade. Okay. Igama lami Ndunglazola nikwa grade 10A. Le lab sizoyisebenzisa to experiment and to make our future bright. And siyabulela kwi UWC and sizobenza baziqhanye ngathi. Yes.
Good morning, good day. I'm Ms. Dreyer. Good morning. I'm Ms. Dreyer. I'm the head of Department of Science. This lab was my dream. I was the one bogging Ms. February from the start, and then I give the bogging over to Mr. Phyllis. And today I'm standing here with a tear in my eye because my dream became reality. And with that, I realized the responsibility. I realized that we're going to have a lot of pressure improving our marks. So the pressure is on, yes. And I think we can deliver to what the pressure can give us. And the promise is, out of this lab, we will get scientists. We will get our lady children to get scientists. We are going to get some boys because they're also excited. So we have a total vibrance of excitement and people and learners who want to be part of this project. And I know from a low bottom in our results, it will increase and steadily it will increase. And I know in 10 years' time, we can be proud to say this lab, UWC, have proved to be one of the success stories in your history of UWC and Science for Africa. Mr. Hartley, I can't thank you enough. And the assistants that was there, all the student assistants, I can't thank you enough. It was totally one journey to be proud of, and I know results will be results for Foresights. Thank you. Goedemiddag, ek is juffrou Dreyer van Foresights. Ek is die HOD vir die departement wetenskappe. En hierdie voorstel, ek het net gehoor, mense het labs. En ek het myself gevra, labs, hoe kry ek labs? En toe mevrou Februarie aan boord kom by die skool, toe het ek waar begin bak, en van gesê, ek wil 'n lab hê asseblief, ons het nie 'n lab nie. En regtig, meneer Phyllis het die bak verder gevat en hier sit ons vandag. One of a state-of-the-art labs, and I'm promising you, Foresights gaan wys, dat uit hierdie laboratorium uit gaan ons nie net wetenskaplikes kry nie, ons gaan wêreldwye wetenskaplikes kry. Ons dogters gaan deelneem aan 'n program, 1,000 opportunities for 1,000 scientists. Hulle gaan wys, hulle kan hulle voet in die neersit. Ons seuns, ons het regtig skerp seuns, ek glo, ergens in julle laboratoriums en navorsing in UWK gaan julle vir hulle kry. So ek sê nou vandag, hierdie laboratorium is die begin van 'n beter lewe vir die hele Eerste Rivier omgewing, maar veral vir Foresights met die dank van UWK. Dankie.
Sorry. Okay, just
Check it like this, some of you can just show that you are interested. Just don't take it like touch it because you don't know if it's color water or what it is.
you have to shake it, easy. Can they shake it?
Yes, I can shake it. Okay, just take it the ones.
Okay, just keep on shaking.
Just keep it in it. Like you're very interested in take one of the test tubes that isn't so full. Just shake it like this. Not too hard. Okay, and be interested what is it going on here. Is the color different?
Okay.
You're gonna throw it. Okay, that's it. Okay. Now you can. Now you're gonna measure. Okay. There you go. Don't beaver like that. Thank you. Okay.
Can we just wait?
Okay. Okay. Repeat to each other. You're interested. You see the bubbles there? Why don't we throw the color together? Yes. Yeah. What is this? What is this? Huh? A funnel? Huh? Is it? And what is this? Huh? Nobody knows. That, and then it starts swirling around.
Go for it. And keep it low, eh?
Okay, now to put that back and take the other one.
Okay, wait. Can you keep it?
Here we go. Okay. Just like
Look at the iPhone.
okay, put back. Take another one.
Okay, I'm recording.
Okay, put the funnel in. Okay, and then you. Okay, that's fine. You take and pour a little bit of that into it. Yes, pour in a bit. Okay, that's enough. Put back. Okay, taking out the funnel, and now you take the temperature. Okay, keep it. And now you pick out the thermometer and look at what is the temperature. Okay. Okay, thank you. What are you doing? Yes. Yes, what are you doing? Just put the funnel in. That is only, we want to know how positive you are. Okay. Okay. That is science, you want to know you're nosy. There you go. Yes. Interact with each other. What is going on? What do we call it? There's your clams. How do you claim it? Do you know? Okay, look at it. Go.